Now, Murshid is very strong on bringing the ether element in to the situations to bring harmony. In other words, if you bring the ether element into the earth, the experience of earth, breathing the earth, you get a sense of the sacredness of the earth, the holiness of the earth, the livingness of the earth. If you bring the ether in to the water element, again at the spiritual level, you get the sense of the water of baptism, the water of purification, the well of the Zimzim, you know, the spring of all of that sense of the living water, and water that's living in spirit with the spirit. And if you bring the ether element into the fire, you get the transmutation of the fire into light. And if you bring the ether element into the air, you get the breath of the Holy Spirit. The spirit of guidance. So, in the practice that I gave this morning, of just going into fikr and reflecting on the elements, and then at the end we reflected on the ether element. So what I would like for us to do now is to go back and to again to do the ether breath, and to get a sense of that element, and then again reflecting on the earth, breathing on the earth, and then bringing ether, combining as we're breathing the earth, then remembering the ether at the same time, and see how that changes your breath and your relationship to the element. Yeah.
Are we doing the elemental breaths as we do these, or are we doing?
No, we're not doing the elemental breaths. We're just we're doing the fikr breath,
right.
And we're noticing the way the different elements affect our breath and things that come up in it when we're doing it. We're relating to the qualities of the elements, and we're just letting our breath connect with earth. I think that's better than doing it the other way. So let's begin then with the ether breath. Let's see what I wrote here. Concentrate on the qualities of ether, space, such as the luminous container of space itself, stillness and pure potency. The etheric breath draws directly from the emptiness, which is full of light and life, and which points to the nature of your soul. One should feel there is enough space for your life. The breath is somewhat hidden and mysterious. It may be imperceptible, as if breathing through every pore of the body. What the main thing is, again, we're practicing connecting. We were connecting with the quality of space itself, stillness, emptiness, and to feel it. We want to really refine our breath. So beginning with a long, refined breath, we begin to refine it even more. And to feel it not only coming in and out of our lungs, but feeling it in our body. The breath is slow, almost imperceptible, and very refined. Connecting with the space itself, its luminous emptiness. Now, just for purposes of experience, I'd like you to, as you just breathe in and out now, we're just leaving behind the ether, we're going to bring it back. Okay. We want to consider, again, the earth as we're breathing the fikr, normal breath of fikr. And considering the earth, but considering the earth now, connecting with the earth in terms not just of its positive qualities like service and steadiness, but the difficulties that come up with our engagement in the earth. It's getting stuck, getting unable to move, inertia, depression, fear, too much caution, not being able to rise into a clarity of thinking, being kind of overwhelmed. Those elements of earth along with its, just, as they might come up in your life. Engaging with it, so you feel how it affects you. Slogging through the mire, I always say, being a mire myself. And then remember the ether element without leaving the earth behind, and allow your breath to now also be influenced by the ether element and to connect with the ether element, bringing it right down into the earth, right into these stuck situations, let's say. Okay, that's long enough to notice some difference. And when you get, this is very practical. Things come up. When we get stuck in relation to an element generally. If we understand how the elements work. For example, we're stuck in the war with the difficulties we face in relation to the water element are difficulties of emotionality, you can't stop crying, you can't get, the emotions have taken over so much that everything is clouded over your whole awareness faculty. You're just caught up, maybe it could be hate, it could be infatuation, it could be anything, despair, whatever it is, it's percolating in there in your emotional body, and it's disorienting and a big roller coaster ride, and so bring I'm just kind of freewheeling it, but the areas in the areas where difficulties come up in the realm where the positive qualities would be things such as liquidity and ease and heart feeling and cohesion and that natural downward flowing of the water, but where is it that, emotional confusion and that sort of thing that comes up, that's blinded, that comes up. So just breathe now, being aware of water and in your life, but maintaining the fikr while you call to awareness and connect with the water element, engaging with some of the difficult qualities in which it can come up. And then, again, remember the ether, and at the same time, engage with that emptiness, that light. Let that reach the disharmonious waves of water in your breath. Again, that's long enough to get an impression of it. I just want to take you through this as a way of approaching this, practically seeing it in the midst of your life. And when you do see, that you're agitated, I'm not going to go through each of them, but if you were to going through fire, it would be in aspects of where anger, you're just ruled by the reactivity of anger itself and others, and to tame that, with the ether, it mutes it, it transmutes it, mutes and transmutes, and with air, the confusion, mental confusion, generally, and can be like also hysterical laughter would be a kind of air excess. That sort of thing. But again, to experiment with this, working with the elements both in the very positive way, but then also in the course when it comes up for you, when something comes up for you, and you can look at it and say, okay, this is in the sphere of fire, or this is in the sphere of air, and and I'm going to bring into this the feeling of ether. Let it penetrate into the air.